Marvelous hello, friends and loved ones, how are you today? So today I want to talk about a very special game. We're going to be talking about... I said we're going to be talking about... Okay, what the is going on here? I just want to talk about... I don't even know what animal that was. Forget it. Let's just get started on... This isn't funny! Bloody Roar! I remember this game. I first played it on a demo disc at a friend's birthday party. Remember demo discs? Those used to be a thing. Originally created as an arcade game called Beasterizer, the series was changed to Bloody Roar when it was brought to the PlayStation by Hudson Soft in 1997. Oh, Hudson. I miss you so. There are 8 playable fighters in the game who are all beings known as zoanthropes, people that can transform into half-human, half-beast monsters. The main premise of the game is that the evil Tylon Corporation has been experimenting with human beings in an attempt to create powerful zoanthropes that will work for them so they can do... a thing? Probably take over the world. Even the instruction manual isn't super specific on this, and the game itself doesn't give us any info. But each character turns into different animals, and they all have their own reasons for fighting. Hugo the Wolf is a young man fighting to find out what happened to his father, who is supposedly dead. Gatto the Lion is a French mercenary who is also trying to find out what happened to Hugo's father, who was his buddy from the war? A French lion man? That's the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard of. Where else can you see a French lion man?
See how they all welcome Lahir. Tonight he...
Seriously, I love this game, and if I can ever record PSP footage, I'd totally talk about it. Whoa, hey now! Oh, you're a lot tougher than the last French guy I fought.
Vive la France!
Bakuryu is a 60-something-year-old ninja who turns into a mole. He works directly for the Tylon Corporation and is in charge of kidnapping potential subjects and killing wannabe snoopers. I know he's evil and all, but he might just be my favorite. Just... Old Man Ninja Mole. That's awesome. Mitsuko is an incredibly beefy housewife who transforms into a wild boar and is trying to find her daughter who was kidnapped by... who else? Tylon. Long the Tiger is an assassin who hates his beast powers. Alice the Rabbit is a schoolgirl who was experimented on by Tylon and now seeks to free her friend who helped her escape. Hans Taubman? Fox. Is a fox who is one part Vega, one part Alex from A Clockwork Orange. He's just kind of a jerk who works for Tylon alongside Bakuryu in the whole kidnapping and murder thing. And lastly, there's Greg. He's a gorilla. He wants to find people to join his circus. He doesn't really have any ties to Tylon. He's got a top hat. The main thing that sets Bloody Roar apart from other fighters at the time is its primary beast mechanic. When your character stores up enough energy, they can transform into their animal form. This form makes your character faster, stronger, and even capable of healing some of the health they've recently lost. Getting hit while in beast mode depletes your bar and can turn you back into a human. This makes knowing when to turn into a beast essential, as it can turn the tide of battle. Transform too early and you could waste it. Transform too late and the fight might be over before you know it. One of the things I really like is the animal they transform into is mirrored in their fighting style. Alice is really quick and agile like a rabbit, while Greg the gorilla is incredibly powerful but pretty slow. The styles do a good job of making all the characters feel different. Oh man, that's really cool! I wonder if I could turn into an animal. Hey, cool, I did it! Woo, I'm a lizard! I don't think that's what sound lizards make. Bloody Roar has quite a few modes to choose from, but for this video I'll primarily be focusing on the arcade mode since that's really the only one I played much of. It's a fairly standard fighting game arcade mode. You choose one of the 8 characters and then fight through 8 battles to... Wait, you fight 8 battles? Out of 8 characters. So does that mean there are duplicates? Alright, Hugo, only one of us Hugos can figure out what happened to our father, and I'm gonna... Heyo!
Lucky it wasn't a full moon tonight.
You've gotta hand it to him. He just wanted it more. Every character has their ups and downs, and you'll quickly find out which characters you're drawn to once you play as them for a little while. Despite really liking the character in concept, design, and beast form, I couldn't get into playing as Greg. I expected him to have really powerful normals, but his range is limited and he's really more of a grappler, which didn't mesh well with my personal playstyle. But one aspect of Greg that I do really like is you can knock his hat off. I think a truly skilled Greg player should be able to win a fight without him losing his hat. Let's see if I can... Nope. Hey, I did it! Well, now I've done that. Yugo and Alice were the two characters I remember being on the demo disc. Yugo is just sort of the well-balanced, all-around, built-for-everyone character. I was never too impressed with him. But I remember there was something I really liked about Alice. Something really interesting about her playstyle and design that I found appealing. Something that... Bunny Butt Slam!
Shake it, bake it, booty, quick it, roll it around. Go quick it, shake it, bake it, booty, quick it, roll it around. Go quick it, shake it, bake it, booty.
The character I personally liked playing as the most was Bakuryu. His design is great, and all his attacks are really cool, and yeah, he may be a bad guy, but he's a lot of fun to play as. Once you clear the 8 fights with any character, the final boss of the game is revealed. The Tylon Corporation busts out their secret weapon. This little girl. Her name is Yuriko, and she transforms into an older, curvier, green-haired version of herself? Okay, that's not too bad. I'll just beat her like any other fighter, and... What is happening right now? When you damage her enough, she transforms into this colossal, mutated beast, and things do get pretty tough from this point. Though, honestly, with certain characters, I had enough trouble just getting to this form. Once you beat arcade mode with a character, you get a little cutscene showcasing what the character does after defeating Yuriko. They aren't particularly exciting since they're mostly just static images, and I think the text moves a little bit too fast, but they help fill in some of the blanks. Later, you go... I don't know, to the store? Pick up some honey-roasted peanuts? Don't tell me where I go, bloody roar! Yugo meets up with Gato and decides to trust him even though he tried to beat us up last time we saw him and takes him to a special holding cell of the... Wait, Tyron Corporation? Well, which is it? And then my game kinda glitched and skipped for a bit. But this is where his father was being held. Unfortunately, he's still very dead. So Yugo vows to use his beast powers to destroy all of his father's enemies. Gato, unsure of what to do with his life, returns to battle, realizing he only feels fulfilled when he's in combat. Long returns to the mountains, has a little argument with himself, and then seals himself away so people won't live in fear of him. Greg tries to recruit Yugo to join his circus, but Yugo's all like, no. And Greg's all like, okay, I'll do it myself. And then he does that thing that they just talked about, apparently. Fox continues to be a smug jerk, going around killing ugly people, and ends up killing his own mother by mistake. No! And then I guess he goes crazy. Mitsuko and Alice's endings kinda tie together since they were both looking for the same person. It turns out that Yuriko is Mitsuko's daughter, as well as Alice's friend who initially helped her escape. Mitsuko and Yuriko have a touching reunion before a cut to their home life where Mitsuko tries to wake her up for school. As for Alice's ending, I don't know. My disc skipped it or something, and I don't feel like watching it on YouTube, so I'm just gonna make up my own ending. Let's see, Alice and Yuriko go to Disneyland, and they eat cotton candy on the It's a Small World ride, and, I don't know, make out or something. Oh, and as for Bakuryu, he's dead. That's him. Right there. He melted. Kind of a bummer. That's the first Bloody Roar game, and it really feels like they were still getting their bearings straight before making a handful of sequels. Of the 8 playable characters in this game, only 4 of them were ever playable again, with Greg, Mitsuko, and Fox all off doing other stuff with their lives, and Bakuryu, well, we covered that. Despite being a little rough in places, I really enjoy this game, and it's one of my favorite fighting game series of all time. And hey, if I haven't convinced you to give this game a shot, perhaps the incredibly creepy, incredibly 90s commercial for the game can.
What do you think, Doc? Humans can turn into animals.
What are you looking at, nut boy?
Yeah, so buy Bloody Roar today! Nut boy!
PlayStation.
Hey everybody, thanks for watching my video. If you enjoyed it, why not consider giving that like button a click? And if you haven't already, maybe consider subscribing so you can see all my future videos as soon as they go up. If you're aching to watch another one of my videos right now, I did a pretty long episode of Devil Summoner Raida Kuzunoha vs. the Soulless Army, which you can see by clicking that TV right there. Thanks again for watching, and until next time, take care.